I'm Rich Pierceall. I'm the CEO of a company called Cineo Lighting. We're a Silicon Valley lighting company in Northern California. We've pioneered remote phosphor lighting for motion pictures and television, and I'm here today to explain a little bit about how remote phosphor works, talk a bit about our fixtures and the kind of versatility and a modular system approach we've taken to building these lights to allow you to build the lights up into configurations that work in a multiplicity of applications. So, want to talk first about, I'll call it our flagship product. It's the product that we've kind of known for. It's called TrueColor HS. The company's name is Cineo. The product line name is TrueColor. I think that's the name that's getting the most amount of attraction. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now. So let's talk a little bit about HS. This is a remote phosphor fixture. It uses phosphor coatings on a polycarbonate substrate to create the light rather than LEDs. Now we do use LEDs, and we use the power of the LED to excite the phosphors, and then the light emanates from the phosphors. So best way for me to demonstrate that is to actually pull one of these phosphor panels out and show you kind of dramatically what that looks like. As you'll see, we're actually using a specific frequency. This is 460 nanometers of blue LED to excite phosphors in a polycarbonate panel, and the light comes from the panel. Now there's several advantages of doing it this way. The first advantage is that when we separate the phosphors from the LED, we can create a highly accurate, very high CRI, very stable CCT light source that will not shift over time. What typically shifts in LED color temperature over time is heat, and that heat is the heat of the LED dye actually cooking the phosphors in the LED when the phosphor is applied to the LED. With this, the phosphor is separated from the LED, so the phosphors stay cool and the LEDs run independent. The other advantage that we get from this is a tremendous amount of output. We're gaining about 65 lumens per watt with this fixture because we have so much surface area of the phosphor being illuminated. A third advantage that we have is that the light emanating from the panels is completely what we call Lambertian. The light actually emanates from the phosphor panel in 360 degrees. So half of the light comes out the front, half of the light goes back into the fixture itself and is reflected back through. So what we get is this super soft light that has a spread that's literally 180 degrees off the fixture with no diffusion at all. So what I'm showing you now are 3200 degree panels. We have 2700 degree, 32, 43, 56, 65. We've also created phosphor panels that allow you to light chroma green and chroma blue. So with the energy from the LED, we can excite these different phosphor formulations and give you a variety of different light colors, all at a very high CRI TLCI rating. Our TLCIs generally run in the 96 to 98 range. Our R15 CRIs generally run from the 92 to 96 range. So it's very consistent over time. One other advantage I'll mention while we're talking about it is that because the color doesn't shift over time, two more things happen. New fixtures that you purchase match the old fixtures that you have. With color shift in LED, that's often been a problem when you want to relight or whether you want to add different fixtures after you've had fixtures on a particular set for a year or 2 years. Secondly, we can replace the LEDs in these because they're not white LEDs, because the phosphor, the actual light emanating component, is separate from the LED. The LEDs are all the same. So we only have LED boards. There's 3 LED boards in this fixture. They're inexpensive, they're easy to replace in the field, and they're only generating the blue light. So the light remains color consistent throughout the life of the lamp. This fixture is built primarily for the rental market. It's made out of extruded aluminum. It's very durable. The cabling is all ruggedized and has triple strain reliefs on it. The actual cable that runs between the head and the power supply can be run up to 100 meters. So it gives a lot of versatility in terms of how we manage the power versus the head. The head's very, very light, weighs about 5 kilos. We do have an external power supply on this, primarily because this fixture runs 450 watts. Now on that 450 watts, we're capable of generating about 3.5, the equivalent of a 3.5K incandescent fixture, which in this case, because it's such a broad, soft fixture, is about 28,000 lumens. I don't know if I can turn it up without just blowing the video away, but this fixture is very, very, very bright. We'll just give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, good, good. So we have a lot of accessories that go with this fixture. It's been in the market for long enough that we've had many lighting designers come to us and ask for accessories that will help them for particular applications. All the typical things. We have barn door sets and louvers. For television application, we use a lot of egg crates. And because the fixture is so broad, a lot of times it's a good idea to use light shaping devices. This is a 60 degree. And again, gives us a much tighter control over the spread of the light. Changing color temperatures is very, very simple. We'll show that. This is another set of phosphor panels. This one happens to be 6500K. As I said, we have a variety of color temperatures for different applications. I'll change out and I'll put one in and show you what that looks like. So now we have 3200 on one side, 65 on the other, as you can see. And again, with high degree of brightness. As I was saying earlier, the electronics for the fixture can be separated from the head by up to 100 meters. That allows you to put the electronics in a more convenient location. It also allows you to change the electronics without having to go through a relight. From there, we can control the dimming. The dimming occurs with absolutely no color shift. The fixture has been tested with phantom up to 10,000 frames, no flicker. Actually, theoretically, we can go up to 50,000 frames, no flicker, but we'll wait for the cameras to catch up to that. So because the light actually emanates from these phosphor panels rather than from the LEDs, there is absolutely no hot spot whatsoever. Again, we're not diffusing a point source or a series of point sources like many LED fixtures. What we're actually doing is using the panel itself as a light source. So when we do that, there's a single shadow that comes from the entire fixture. The spread of the fixture is completely consistent across an entire 180 degree range, sideways and vertically. So the spread of the light is absolutely consistent from the entire fixture. It also means that the shadows from this fixture are very, very soft and very wrappy. So they're perfect for television application, for key light, for backlight, for a lot of different applications in television. So as I was saying, this is a very modular system. This is a single unit. We can also yoke these up in as double unit configurations. We have two double unit configurations available today. Over here is a double yoke where we actually have two heads set up as a single light source. One of the nice things about this technology is that even though there are two units, the equivalent of 4 panels, this still operates as a single light source. So there's a single shadow that comes from this. When configured in double configuration like this fixture will put out the equivalent of a 6K incandescent fixture. So we get about 50 to 55,000 lumens from it. So plenty of soft light. We can also put this in a space light hanging configuration. So if you're doing top light, space light applications for motion picture, that particular hanger also takes a skirt, a target, all the traditional modular components that would come with a space light. You can put all of the same louvers, egg crates on this double configuration, as you can on a single one. You can also take a single head, for example, and put it up in a softbox. This is a single HS light running in a Chimera box, double baffle, so nice, very consistent soft source. It was soft going into the box, so coming out of the box, it's completely shadowless. We also have a smaller box. This one made by DOP Choice. So again, very soft. This is a 2700 degree. Nice for tabletop application. So I'd mentioned that we have two sizes of the fixture, and this is the smaller one here. Let me take the light control off, snap grid. This is called the LS, and it is a third of the output of the HS. Same colors. Colors match perfectly. This happens to be 4300K. Very light, very modular. This one weighs about 2.5 kilos, so very easy to work with. And what we find a lot of installations doing is using the HS for primary key principal lighting, and using this LS as a small hair light, fill light in the background. They all work together. They all work off the same power systems. So Cineo is bringing the latest technology in lighting, remote phosphor, to the marketplace for motion pictures and television. For the first time, it represents LED lighting, high efficiency lighting, low heat, low power usage lighting that's actually good enough to use for motion picture, for feature film. And the looks that it provides in television are absolutely outstanding. Remote phosphor certainly holds a great promise for the future for lighting in general. Cineo has been the pioneer of this technology since 2011, and we continue to develop, build, and bring new products into the market that will all work together in a modular capacity and continue to solve problems.